I said, guys, buy Lucid. I said, guys, buy Lucid at $23.50. If you did and you stayed in it, Lucid is $42.22, which is a gain of 79%. Now, it went as high as 100% on the gains because Lucid actually went higher because Lucid hit $73, okay, this last year, and it dropped down to 42. So it's still on an incline. It's still on a climb. Apple, we talked about Apple. This is not one that I gave. This is one we discussed in the group, and a lot of us bought Apple at $109. Apple is $175 today, which is a 60% gain. AMC, I gave AMC. I know you guys remember AMC. I gave that at $4.25. AMC is $20.56 and has went way higher. It's went well over $60. Okay, but right now, if you kept AMC, you'll still be at a gain of 383%. Okay, Riot was $14.97 when I gave that one. It is $20.69, which is a 38% gain. Still not bad. Lastly, SPG, Simon Properties. I gave Simon Properties at $119.57. I predicted it to hit 150, okay, when I gave this actual stock pick. It's at $155.85, which is a gain of 30%. Okay, so this is something that I enjoy doing. This is something that I do conduct pretty good research before I give stock picks. Now, I will say some stock picks will not go in our favor, but that's a portfolio. When you build a portfolio, you will have losses, you will have gains. But when you look at the amount of gains that we're given, and we're talking 300%, 200%, we're talking high percentage gains, especially like on Ford and AMC. You can't go wrong in your portfolio, especially if you invest it wisely. Now, this year, I'm looking at some other heavy hitters this year. Let's start with the first one, which will be, it's called SBLK. That's the ticker symbol.
SBLK. I'm going to write that out for
SBLK.
those in Black Forex land. Before we go to the ones for this year, I just want to recap really quickly the ones from last year. Ford,
Okay.
Lucid, Apple, AMC, Riot, and SPG. Is that
Yes,
correct? Did I miss
that's correct.
any?
Nope,
Okay.
that's
And then those of you, we do have a private Zoom for our premium members for NOC. They are there. If you guys bought any of those and you saw significant gains, please let us know. You can type it in the chat because I think this is really important as well because he does do his research to make sure that we eat, right? So I think it's important that he know those who have been able to be successful. So if you bought any of those and you were successful with those this year, can you please put some ones in the chat? Would greatly appreciate it. I can tell you now, the ones that he's listing are at the top. I'm looking at my stock portfolio. I don't know what Ford did, but who cares? I got paid tremendously and very, very grateful because he did call that when it was chump change. And it is beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And we all know that AMC has gone crazy several times, but I want to point out how so many people thought that AMC was going to drop back down and how he kept telling us to hold AMC. And it is in my top 5. So very grateful for that. I see the ones in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cool beans.
awesome.
All
Awesome.
right. So if you guys didn't get those other ones, hey, it's a holiday. Let's go shopping. All right. So those other ones are there for you: Ford, Lucid, Apple, AMC, Riot, SPG. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and move into 2022. Did I say that right?
you
2022.
did.
Okay. Good. I'm proud
And
because I don't know the day of the year.
now I have I'm going to give you this is like the bonus, okay? Because this call is so special. This is the bonus for today. I'm giving 8. I got 8 out of like 30 that I have on my chart.
Oh
I get
gosh.
I have yes, I have a chart of yeah, I got a lot. But I have 8 that I want to get you to research and look at. I'm not saying buy them. I'm saying research, look at them, and if you think it's a good pick for you, purchase it. Okay, first one off the bat is SBLK. That's Star Bulk Carriers Corporation. Okay, this company, I don't know what happened. I have to do a little bit more research to find out why they dropped from the sky, but they were $1,100 a share at one point.
Mm.
Okay, right now they're $23 and excuse me, they're $22.27. I think this is a good one. And when I look at the higher time frame on my chart, I am seeing that they still have some drop in them. So you might want to wait till they hit. I think they're going to drop down to about $18.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to wait for that one to drop, hit that $18 mark. If it goes below $18, fine. Okay. But if it goes above $22, I'm looking at my chart now. If it goes actually above $24, I'm saying to put in a buy at 24.50. If it goes above, then put in a buy at 24.50, and you will probably do really well because I see it going to double up to about $48 or so. Okay, over the course of the year.
Okay.
Okay, my next one is WU. That's Western Union. Anybody who knows about
Mm.
Western Union is, I mean, not electric, transferring money. Western Union has been as high. At one point, Western Union was up to $28 a share. Right now, it's $18.40. Okay, Western Union is on a climb, and they have been climbing. So you want to watch Western Union. I don't know what they did so much different to be able to stay in the game, but their fluctuation is between $18 and $30. Okay, so that's where you can gain, pretty substantial percentage on Western Union. Now, I'm also giving that because I believe they pay dividends. Okay, this is one of I really like this one. It's a semiconductor stock, and it's called ON. ON is the ticker symbol. The name of it is actually On Semiconductor Corporation. Why is this one so important? Well, the new technology and all of the EVs, On is the leader of the semiconductors for EV cars, for all of them. Okay. What that tells me is everyone has to use On. And from back in my stock days, way back when I was into tech stocks, when it was really heavy back in 1980, 1990, 98, 99 time frame, I remember um, semiconductors were like the backyard stock. And if you bought a semiconductor stock, you really did exceptionally well, actually better if you bought the semiconductor than you did the company that it services. So keep in mind, semiconductors are very important. They cannot operate without them. My next pick is Porsche. Everybody knows Porsche. Everybody knows Porsche. But believe it or not, Porsche is not a heavy stock. Porsche is $10.12 a share. Okay. So Porsche is set to do some amazing things, especially with their new EV. It's already doing great things. It was in a movie not too long ago. It was in one of the later movies with what's his name, the big guy, not Van Diesel, the Rock, the Rock. Yeah, it was in a movie that he played in, that new EV Porsche. He wrecked it in 30 seconds, but it was amazing. Um,
What's their symbol?
Poahy. Poahy. Now, Porsche, I'm setting Porsche. You can take this one to the bank if you like. I'm setting Porsche to exceed $12. Okay, Porsche may come back down. It's set up to come down possibly back to around 989 or so. But if it does not drop and it does exceed $10.38, I would buy Porsche and just stay in Porsche, or just leave it as one of your stocks you're going to stay in for a while. Okay, it's a long termer. Okay. Um, the next one is, these are two of my last favorites. Well, not last, but two of my other favorites. Starbucks. Starbucks, SBUX. Starbucks has been in my portfolio, in and out of my portfolio for years, and I wish I just would have kept it in my portfolio. But I did this strategy where I was doing percentages, not long term. I was doing 30%. So once my portfolio hit 30% with that stock, I sold it. Then I would wait for it to drop, buy it back again, and hit it for another 30%. That was one of my strategies. Okay, but Starbucks is sitting at $100 a share right now. It dropped from 116 from when I first did my analysis last month. So it dropped $16 since last month. which is good because it's letting me know that it's about to make another climb. So just watch that one. Be real careful with Starbucks because Starbucks can come back down to $99, which is not far from where it is now at 100. Okay, so look for a possible drop on a lot of these stocks, and that's because of what's going on with the market itself. Meaning, right now, interest rates are increasing, which is driving certain things, but it's pulling down stocks. Okay, so the interest rate, when the Fed hikes up the interest rate, just watch for things to drop. That you're commonly seeing going up. But right now, Starbucks is definitely on a downward slope, down to actually, I may stand corrected, it's down to about $93. So you want to wait till it bottoms out, and then, if you guys are traders, you can check on your trading view and you will be able to check the chart to see where it is before you buy. But this is what I want you to watch. So put this on your watch list, set an alert for it to either drop or climb so you know when to get in.
Yeah, I have it pulled up right now and they can see it. So it's definitely on a doji and a bounce for a pullback up.
Okay. Is that the day chart? What chart is that?
I'm looking on a month chart.
Okay. That's awesome. Perfect. Perfect. So go to the day chart real quick for me, Dr. LA. For that one, I want you to really see this drop. The day chart is going to show it. There it is.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. And you see the 800 EMA is pulling towards the 800 EMA. We already know how the three-finger magnet works. So, and the 50 is curving down towards the 200, which is telling me it's about to cross. So I'm looking at it to drop before. So we'll be able to really get in at a good price before it takes its run back up north. But I'm looking at it to drop down to even out somewhere actually around either the $95 range, and if it really keeps dropping, it'll drop down to the 4 on the Fibonacci, way down to $84. Yeah, before it takes its run back up. And that's just to complete the crown and the arch and all the other things, all the other shapes that it makes.
Yeah, right about here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last, I'm almost done. Papa John's. All right. Everybody knows Shaq has taken a very, very great interest in Papa John's. As a matter of fact, I think he
What's
owns
the
over
symbol,
100.
sir?
Excuse me, Papa John's is PZZA.
PZZA. There it was. I put a Q.
Now, this is a pricey stock. Some of the ones I'm giving you do cost, but if you dollar cost average into the stock, you can gain more shares that way.
And you guys know that the Pitmaster, he does not purchase fractional shares, but you can purchase a fractional share. You do not have to. You purchase according to your comfort level. We'll talk about that once he's done with the list, where you can begin to start investing and go. But fractional shares are an option for those who don't necessarily need to purchase a whole share at this time in life.
Now, Papa John's, if you pull that one up, which you have it up, okay, great. You'll see that Papa John's is possibly set up for another three-finger sale down to the 800, which is about $89, which you'll be able to get in at a much better price, right? So if you were doing this as a stock option, this is a great option to be able to do a put option on and stay in it for like at least 3 weeks to a month, right? So this is a good one for a put option. But once it drops and makes that run, start listening to Bloomberg or any of those stocks channels to start listening to some of the critics as they're talking about, hey, Papa John's is about to do this and do that, or blast, or do your research and you'll keep watching what's going on with that one. Okay, my last two, Macy's is the ticker symbol is letter M from Macy's. Macy's, again, most of those stocks that I'm giving are on a drop, which is
look at that drop that Macy's just did. Goodness gracious, good boobly woobly.
So what you want to
it is time.
So everyone knows this drop was because Macy was shutting stores, it was closing different management offices. So Macy's was doing pretty bad, but they're trying to regenerate. So what I like about Macy's is a great option stock. So if you're into stock options, Macy's is a great stock for your option trading because right now it's set up to hit the 200 EMA, right? But Macy's has been playing a game. So I'm actually up on Macy's from where I got it. So with Macy's, I believe Macy's, once they revamp, they will push and climb right back up to about $35, $36 a share. But right now, watch out for Macy's to drop down through the EMAs, where I'm looking at it to hit $20 a share. Now, of course, when I'm giving these picks for the year, these are things that are, they say buy low and sell. I mean, buy low, sell high. So right now, this is in a sell mode if you're in an option, but you're waiting for it to hit that low. And once it does, just like with Lucid, when I first gave that one, I said wait for it to drop, and it did, and then we got it, and now it's staying up. But Macy's is a pretty good stock for now. That's going to be, that's still one of my picks. And then
Mm,
lastly, let's look at um, Nike. Nike, which is the ticker symbol NKE. Again, you're going to see Nike dropping
mm,
perfectly, right?
mm.
Perfectly. Of all stocks, Nike's dropping, right? Okay. That tells you something. Something is going on within the market. So we're going to want to watch when I start talking about US 30, we'll get off into that. But this is what's going on within the market. And this is where you can capitalize on your options, and then after you finish your option, wait for it to turn around, and which I believe in about March, April timeframe, these stocks are going to make their U-turn, and then go back up. So we'll be able to catch a lot of these on the very low end of the actual stock itself. So that's what I got for you today, guys. Some were low, some were high. So I gave you a mix so your portfolio can be fully diversified. So what I did is I gave you something in the financial industry. I gave you semiconductors. I gave you automotive. I gave you something in the retail, and I gave you something in the consumer goods, which is like Starbucks. So you have a diversified portfolio. When you look at it, I gave you a full diversification of what you can actually mix in your portfolio, because some will be up, some will be down. Okay. But that's the greatness of a mixtured portfolio. You must have that diversification.
Very good. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a few questions on this. If you have a question, you can raise your hand or you can type it in the chat. Okay. A lot of you definitely want to make sure that you're getting in on this. I know that you all, are excited that the majority of your children are grown, but my child is only 2. So lucky for me, I can go ahead and purchase these stocks for her education now and let them grow, so that she will be set whether I'm here or not when she becomes a young adult. So I highly recommend you to think like that when you're thinking about legacy. We'll also be talking about some accounts where you can open up some youth accounts. Pitmaster, let's talk really quickly about where they can purchase their stocks. I know some of you guys want to purchase your stock on Cash App. We buy it on Cash App because it's simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, you need to have way more secure ways of purchasing your stocks.
Right.
So let's talk about some of those places that you recommend or that you're using. I know I have so many accounts. I have Fidelity, but I don't really use it like that. I do have a Robinhood account. I know some of you have Robinhood. Which other ones are you using as well?
I like Ameritrade. That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites. I've had it for
Ameritrade. I have
years.
Ameritrade.
E-Trade is pretty good as well. I do like Fidelity. Fidelity, you can buy fractional shares.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the plus about Fidelity. And then, of course, Cash App is convenient when it comes to purchasing stocks, because you can actually
Click
set
it.
it on
Yeah.
Cash App, which is pretty cool. Um, the only deal is I wouldn't do heavy investing on Cash App. I would do minimal investing on Cash App, and then I would transfer that money, right, to my actual more secured account. But I personally like Ameritrade for stock trading, and I like Thinkorswim for my option trading.
Okay, so we got Cash App. We know some people are using Robinhood. We have Fidelity. We have
E-Trade.
Ameritrade. If anybody else has some suggestions, you can put them out there. We're not telling anybody what to do. Again, we're educators, and so we're just big on providing you with the options for you to do your research and make your choice. Okay. The big thing for me when dealing with a lot of new investors is things that are simple. Excuse me, guys, I need to clear my throat. Are finding things that are just very, very simple, where you can just press the button and keep it going. Okay. So if any of you are using different platforms, I know we all use more than one, and you find it just to be simple, right? Because the new investor will get intimidated really quickly and give up if it's not simple. Let us know what you found to be the most simple for you outside of those. Again, we know that people are using Cash App, but here is very loud and clear when we're saying you should be transferring your funds from Cash App to a more secure location. Okay. Just because, and then if you are using Cash App, you need to have on every security setting possible, two-factor authentication, all of that, because we know that Cash App does have a lot of hacks. So you want to make sure, that your investments are safe and secure. So please turn on all of your security settings, and you should be using that on all of your accounts, including your wallets. Is Rhoda out there? Because Rhoda should be joining us as well, as she's getting ready to talk to you about your cryptos. Okay. Very good.
I'm here.
Good morning, Rhoda G.
Good morning.
I miss you in the smell of Punta Cana and the water in your sister. Don't just take me back. Take me back. When it wasn't all these Omnicorn breakouts. How are you doing, Rhoda?
I'm here, I'm here.
Surviving. Very good. Well, guys, Rhoda is our lead crypto educator, and she is going to be talking to you about our crypto picks and NFTs. I know that a lot of this information is foreign to a lot of you, but I think that's the beautiful thing about Black Forex and Stock Traders. Most investment groups, they focus on one thing. They focus on just stocks or just Forex or just crypto, but we literally focus on everything, and we have people who are designated to each area so that we are growing our knowledge. We're really, really big on the education. So she's going to talk to you about some crypto picks and where you can go and do your research and find what's best for you. So thank you, Rhoda, for all you do, and go ahead and take it away.
All righty. So good morning, everyone. The first thing I like to have people do is to go to coingecko.com. Should I share my screen, Dr. LA, or is something you can, let me see.
You should be able to share it. Go ahead.
Okay. Alrighty. Uh-oh. Here we are. So coingecko.com is one of the websites that I like to use when doing my research on anything crypto related. Here we're talking about NFTs. So if you go to CoinGecko and then click on categories, you can filter by different categories, and you can scroll down. They have so many different categories where you can look at and research the different types of cryptocurrency. If you scroll down all the way, number 18 is non-fungible tokens. And as you can see here, they have them ranked from 1 through 100. This is based off of all the different categories they're ranking. But Axie Affinity is here listed at number 1. As you can see, it's $79.95. If those who got an Axie Affinity early, you are definitely up on that. You can filter it by the 7-day percentage growth, whether it went down or not. So 7 days, and last 7 days, here it says Paint Swap, which is the ticker is Brush. You see it's just under 18, just above 18 cents, 206% growth in the last week or so, and a 0.1% in the last hour. So this is kind of what I do to come and just start to do research initially, what's out here, what's growing, what's dropping within the last 24 hours, video coin and things like that. So if you're asking, okay, well, what if I like it, I've done my research, I want to get into it, how do I purchase it? So for video coin, you can click on, and it's listed on KuCoin. Well, it lists on KuCoin. Also, you come down and click on markets. It's on KuCoin and Bittrex. Now, that's one of the things you need to know about NFTs. Some of the NFTs may not be on the most popular platforms, but KuCoin they call this the people exchange. This is a pretty good platform to purchase NFTs, any cryptocurrency, to be quite honest. But again,
And
just
I just
like
want to pause in there right quick because I'm mindful that we have people that don't even know what an NFT is. So if you
okay.
would just briefly explain to them, this is what crypto is and this is what an NFT is.
So crypto is digital currency. It's just it's not paper money. It's something that you buy digitally, and you can use it. You can use it as a store of value or also as fiat, where you can. It's transactional, so you can pay for certain things, whatnot, right? So it's money. It's digital money. A non-fungible token is a token that it's a type of cryptocurrency that has unique characteristics. So it's one of a kind type of a token, if you will, right? So one of the popular NFTs that I talk about quite often is NBA Top Shots. So that is where you can go and think about it like a digital collectible, if you will. So a digital trading card, where you used to have paper trading cards back in the day where you could buy basketball, baseball trading cards and things like that. Well, they've digitized it to where you can buy digital moments throughout the NBA's season, playoffs, things like that. And then you can turn around and auction it off. So with a collectible, any type of collectible, you don't know the actual value of that collectible until you sell it. So NFTs are popular, they're hot, and things like that, but you definitely want to do your research because you want to make sure that you're buying an authentic NFT, because there's a lot of NFTs out here that can be fake, I guess you could say, not verified.
Scams. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you just want to know that it's, when I say I don't really recommend NFTs to buy, because it's what's valuable to you, right? It's a collectible. What is valuable to you? Like I might like LeBron James. Somebody else might not like LeBron James, right? So I might be all over LeBron James NBA Top Shots, but somebody else might do Kyrie Irving or, Kevin Durant or something like that. So it's just what's valuable to you. But you want to be able to understand the purpose of the NFT is you can hold it for as long as you want to, but the object is it's a collectible. So how much can you actually sell that for? What is the value of that? You won't realize the value until you sell it.
So it's like the digital era of collectible items.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All right. So she's telling you where you can go and you can look at your NFTs, and then you can decide for yourself which NFT you might be interested in investing in and going from there. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I have on NFTs, Dr. Ellie. I don't want to get too heavy into it because it is.
Yeah, no worries. No, I think that's
a world of.
Yeah, I know it's a
I don't
world
want to confuse anyone.
Yeah, no. And then as people, I just want people to start the beginning, to know that it's there. It's something that you can be investing in. Like Rhoda said, the basketball world is doing quite wonderful. My husband was telling me about this before it even became a major thing. So definitely something you want to be knowledgeable of, and then you can go from there with your investment. So let's go over our crypto and let's talk about the importance of having Ethereum.
Oh, Ethereum is one of the ones that Ethereum is I know a lot of people love Bitcoin and things like that, but Ethereum has the utility where you can build other projects. So Ethereum's blockchain allows other cryptocurrencies to be built off of it. And so the utility for Ethereum is it's amazing. If you don't have Ethereum, I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
You got to get some, okay? You're building a legacy. I'm going to keep focusing on legacy. And we highly recommend that you allow Ethereum to be a part of that.
And a lot of times when you're in a DeFi space, which is decentralized finance, decentralized cryptocurrency, meaning you're not going through a major exchange, right? You have to have Ethereum in your wallet in order to do different swaps. And so just one thing to point out about Ethereum, one thing that people talk about is the gas fees. So if you see here right now, the gas fees are pretty high, it's 138. When you're doing transactions with Ethereum, you want to like target gas fees where they're 50 or below.
Okay, that's good to know.
50 or below is a good gas fee to pay. If it's anything higher than that, if you can hold off, I would definitely try to hold off, because gas fees can, they eat into your portfolio, because you have to pay those fees, so you won't get as much of that, whatever it is that you're trying to buy.
Now, are you paying gas fees on Cash App? Or is it only with Ethereum?
It's only with Ethereum.
Okay,
Yep.
got you. Okay.
Yep.
So you paying it on Coinbase?
You pay it when you pay the gas fees more so when you're doing swaps like on DeFi, like a Uniswap or something like that. So if you're swapping, say you're on Uniswap and you want to buy the Uniswap coin or something that's on Uniswap that you can't get anywhere else, you have to swap it out with Ethereum. And so you pay the gas fee there. It's when you're swapping coins.
Got you. Someone is asking, how often does gas fees change?
Oh, every hour on the hour.
Oh, like the
every
market.
Hour on the hour. It actually could change. It might even change while we're on this call.
Like
they change constantly.
So you just
I noticed the gas fees tend to drop. They tend to rise when Ethereum is dropping, and then sometimes it's whether it's pumping in either direction, you'll see it. So Ethereum is dropped within the last 24 hours. So we'll see. But the gas fees, yeah, you always want to pay attention to that when you're swapping out for a different coin.
Very good. So let's go through our top 10 coins really quickly. Those of you who are new to the crypto world, again, a lot of us buy our coins for crypto on Coinbase. But there are different places where you can purchase and get a wallet. We do sessions on this, guys. This is not something that you're going to get all right now within this hour that we're on. So you would definitely have to join us for the education pieces so that you're growing your knowledge. But what I definitely can say is my greatest portfolio is with the crypto market. Okay. My money has grown faster there. It has caused me the least amount of stress. And that's why I like it. To say the least. I have made some major purchases this year because of my crypto. Okay. So, if I don't do anything else, I promise you, I will continue to invest in digital currency because it is absolutely the way of the future. When we think about the Jetsons and futuristics and talking into your watch and the metaverse and all this so crazy stuff, when we think about all of that stuff, these are things that we've been seeing for so long. So this is nothing but all of those quote unquote prophecies coming into fruition. So digital currency, whether people like it or not, whether they understand it or not, whether they agree or disagree, is absolutely the way of the future. And you want to get in now. All right. Absolutely. Even if you, and again, like we were saying with stocks, some people can afford to buy whole shares. Some people can only afford to buy fractional shares. Same thing with cryptocurrency. You don't have to go spend $42,000 on a Bitcoin. Okay. You can purchase a fractional piece. And I really do want you to educate them on how many Bitcoin is there and how once it caps out, it's out. It's out. And you don't want to be selling it because you definitely want to be one of the last men standing holding with some Bitcoin in your hand once it has reached its limit. So can you talk about that quickly, please?
So Bitcoin, there's only 21 million Bitcoin available that'll ever be created. And as you can see, it's already 18.9 in circulation. So once it reaches 21 billion, there's no Bitcoin available. So you definitely want to have, and as this number, the circulating supply increases, the value of Bitcoin will increase as well. So you definitely want to have some Bitcoin. You don't have to have a whole Bitcoin. Like she said, you can purchase Bitcoin you can get a fractional share, start off with $10, dollar cost average, and build your portfolio up that way. But yeah, you definitely want to have some Bitcoin. It's not too late to get into Bitcoin.
And how many in Ethereum are we recommending over the next, 3 years?
5 Ethereum, at least
5 Ethereum. Yeah. So you can do that however you need to. I have my Ethereum. I ended up, I staked maybe $200 on Coinbase of Ethereum. And I believe I have like $1,600 for the account that I'm staking. You can have more than one account, get as many as you want. But that's not even a year. That's even a year of staking that. So that's another thing that we educate you on. We're not going to go into all that now. You can attend one of our sessions on staking rewards. But and I know some of you are some of you still on the waiting list to stake Ethereum. Yes, staking means holding. So like I go on Coinbase and I buy and I hold. I'm not selling or transferring or doing anything with those accounts. I'm really looking at the ones that I can stake and get a percentage. Okay. Ethereum, I know that there is a waiting list. So I have Ethereum 2 that I'm staking, Algorand, Cosmos. And these accounts have grown significantly. And I promise you I didn't put a lot of money in there. Okay. I know there's another one on here. I'm staking Tezos as well.
Yes.
Am I missing anything else from there? But they're all different platforms where you can stake. We're big on Nexo because Nexo has high percentages there, right? A lot of people get afraid of being scammed and all this foolishness. Do your research, do your research, do your research, okay? Because at the end of the day, do your research. Yeah, because we're going to the bank, the real bank. Okay. So I do stake a lot. And like I said, I will start off with a small investment, maybe $200, maybe $3. And I'll watch how it does. And if it moves and it moves nicely, then I invest more. Okay. So again, investing is personal. Oh, it's kind of down right now too, isn't it? Never mind that. But today's the day to go shopping is what I'm going to say.
Exactly. Like you said, it's a holiday. Let's go shopping.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely check those things out. But we really want to make sure people ask me all the time, which coin should I be getting? Which coin do I need to invest in? Guys, this is where you're going to do your research on CoinGecko and then let this be your starting point as a beginner and then go from there. Okay. Rhoda has sessions every Thursday. And she does keep us abreast. And even when like major educators are coming out saying things, we're like, man, Rhoda already told us that, right? So we want you to be knowledgeable. You are building a legacy and you're not going to be able to do it with just Forex. You're not going to be able to do it with just stocks and you're not going to be able to do it with just crypto. You need to have all these things on your plate for a healthy portfolio. Any other questions? Yes, staking means holding and you can stake at a certain percentage. You can stake on Coinbase. You can stake on Nexo. We actually have a full Excel sheet of all the places where you can stake and the different percentages that they offer you. So to me, for those of you who are investors like me, you got several different streams going on. You got different things that you've got to manage daily. I like this the best because I put my money there and I swear I don't even look at it, right? But then when I come back and I check right now, I'm like, oh, okay, $1,600 off a $200 investment is all right with me. And that didn't even take me a year to do. So things like that. So that's why I'm really big on the crypto market, but there's several markets on how we get paid. Any other questions? Anything else you want to share for this, Rhoda?
No, but pay attention to Cardano, you guys, because it was.
Yes, I got that Cardano.
Yeah, it's like grown 27%, and it pumped really. It took off last night, so just pay attention to Cardano.
Let me see. Well, I'm just gonna check on mine. Pitmaster, do you have anything on the crypto end that you want to add to the conversation?
Of course not. Rhoda's the best.
I'm looking at that SHIB and see how that SHIB. Y'all were going crazy about that SHIB. And my little mana, looking at my little mana, see how my mana is doing.
And Polygon, that's definitely Polygon-matic. You need, everybody should have that in their portfolio.
Yeah, I'm looking at Cardano as well. Oh yeah, Cardano took a little deep dive. But if you look at her, you see she's getting ready to make that crown.
Mm-hmm.
So I am here for it. I am here. But guess who is? But Ethereum has been the nicest to me. Why? Thank you, Ethereum. I'm grateful. Okay, I'm headed towards
because it has the best utility ever.
All right. Any other questions? I'm just checking the chat. Thank you so much, guys. Again, Rhoda does weekly sessions. You definitely need to tap in. I can't stress to you how you need to be knowledgeable. I think the thing with crypto is that people are just like, they don't understand. And just because you don't understand doesn't mean that you can't get paid. I tell people all the time, when I first moved to Dubai, all my friends were buying Bitcoin. It was only $3,000 for a coin. And I was like, but what about the bank? And how is this the advantage? The question wasn't all of that. It was, do you got $10? Like, seriously, you worried about the wrong thing. And they have cashed out last year, and they cashed out nicely to the point you can't find them. Okay. So sometimes we ask the wrong questions, and we just need to make an investment. Never invest what you can't afford to lose, and keep it moving is what I would recommend. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Rhoda, for our crypto wisdom. Next up, we are going to bring to the stage the wonderful Aisha. Aisha does an excellent job at making sure that we get paid. Let's see. Are you sharing your screen, Aisha? All right, there she is. There she is.
Hey everyone, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know which screen I'm sharing. What am I sharing?
I'm about to share mine now.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing so that you can share. All right, so Aisha's going to talk about HFX, which is binary options, high frequency. Again, guys, like I say, we get the bag in so many different ways. She has been training the team. She comes up with her own strategies, okay? And that's what I appreciate about that brain of hers so much. And she's been training them on private strategies. Now, some people like to do Forex, and they like to do, the indices, or maybe they like something a little slower. But then those of you who like to move fast, like me, I have really bad patience in the market sometimes. So that's why I prefer binary options. Those of you who are like that, you want to get in, you want to get out, you don't want to be watching the trade all day long, then high frequency is going to be for you. If it's not, just have a look at it, just so that you know that this is an option for you in the future. If I were you, I would be thinking about, what am I going to focus on now? Because there's so many things to focus on. You can't focus on everything, but what am I going to commit to as far as my education now, based off of the things I've seen today, and then go from there. I would break the year up into quarters. Focus on something for 3 months, focus on something for another 3 months, and just the last 3 months, right? So pick 4 things today that you're going to focus on. All right, go ahead, Aisha.
Hi everyone, good morning. So yes, as Dr. LA said, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about high frequency Forex. It too is my favorite because I can be in and out of the market. However, you do have the option to take longer trades, but a lot of people don't like to do that. The benefit to doing that is because you've already set your time, right? So if you already can see like the market is moving up to a certain direction, you can set the time to gain that same profit instead of waiting for it to reach that actual destination. So that's why I like high frequency, no matter if I'm taking a 30-minute trade or a 30-second trade. And now they have 5 seconds, okay? And my partner, Ms. June, be killing that with us on Tuesdays. And I love it, okay? Don't ask me to call a 5-second trade, but her, yeah, she got you covered, okay? But basically, you come in here, you analyze the market just like you would a Forex market, okay? And I'm not gonna go into details on how to do that, but you come in, you find your pair, and you can do things such as regular currency pairs, you have your cryptos, you have your commodities, you have your stocks, and your indices, okay? Whichever one you want to look at, you can click it. Once you select it, you will see that there's a price payout percentage. So that's meaning how much ever you wager is going to pay that percentage. So in this case, if I place a trade, I'm looking to wager $10. And once I win that trade, I will gain my $10 back and $7.80, because that is the 78% of $10. And that's nice, right? And of course, if I increase it, then it's more. So if I put 100, then I'm looking to gain that $78, all right? So either way, however you want to do it, okay? And then you also will have your account up here. So what you're doing is you are placing something, either a buy, which equals higher, or you're placing a sell, which is lower. And all that means is by your expiration time, that trade needs to be in that direction. So for instance, if I felt like this market was going to come down and sell, which I do, if I get some pullback, I'll place a trade so y'all can see it. I will get in here for a 3-minute trade down to come down, right? At the end of that 3 minutes, if this market is still below where I get in at, then I will win that trade, okay? Vice versa, if I thought it was going to go up, then I would place a higher And by the end of 3 minutes, if the market was above where I entered, then I would win that trade back. So I'm not going to go into details about strategy or whatnot, but what I am going to do is I'm going to allow GBP JPY to move. We should get some movement here, and then allow me to get in for opportunities so I can show y'all. But as you can see, just already this morning of trading, just allowing the market to come to you and be patient. This is what you can see. So it was a $10 wager, and the market was paying out 81% at that time. So it gained back the $8.10. Okay. Anything else specifically you wanted me to talk about with the HFX? Well, we see we can get in for a trade. I was hoping it was going to give us.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can find an entry. Do you guys have any questions about HFX binary options? I know some members in our community are very successful with binary options, and this may be something that you just want to study during one of the quarters. So if you have a question, please go ahead and let us know what your question may be. If you're looking to start learning this and training, definitely reach out to Aisha. She can go ahead and get you started. She does 2 sessions a week. And the same thing, I need to say that if you're looking for more crypto information, reach out to Rhoda. Binary, reach out to Aisha, okay? Because we have sessions all throughout the week, and we would love for you to be successful with this. But guys, a lot of people contact us and they just, I don't know, they want us to trade for them or something crazy. Education, 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 education. Yeah, we're really big on that because we're building legacy. Yeah, so this is not a quick fix. This is something you have to commit to, like for real, right? If you look at your portfolio right now, it is a reflection of your commitment, literally. Your commitment financially, your commitment with your time, your commitment to becoming an expert, right? And it is definitely possible. So I encourage you to choose one of your quarters to focus on binary options so that you can really perfect this skill. I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm looking at Aisha's chart right now, and it's completely different from a year ago when she started with a particular strategy. But now I see that she's combining a few strategies to be more efficient. I'm sure that's the reason. So I think that's a beautiful thing. What's up? Are we getting in this trade? What we're doing?
Yes, so I actually got in this trade for a call position for some pullback here. So as you can see, the trade is open. There's 2 minutes and 29 seconds left on this current trade right here.
How much?
So 2 minutes and 29 seconds.
Okay, so you let that pit master rub off on you.
Oh yeah, sometimes you have to take the longer. Yes, you have to take the longer strategies, especially if you're working with the 1 minute chart. Okay, so over the year, what we have learned is the 1 minute chart. Well, we already knew, but the 1 minute chart can lie to you, right? And get your hopes up.
Yeah.
So you want to allow that market to move if you're using a 1 minute setup. If you're on a higher setup and you having like your flats and stuff, we'll talk about that in class. But if you see strong momentum, and momentum just means your candles are bigger and you can really see price going in that direction, then you can look to get in for them shorter time frames. But on the 1 minute, you do want to allow your candles to move and give it a little bit of time. Oh, we could have did a 15-minute.
Y'all crazy. So that defeats the purpose for me. 15 minutes. Because guys, this is very addictive. So you will really be watching this. Pitmaster, what you about to say?
Aisha and I, we talked about this, and I was proving a point. We did a 4-hour trade, Aisha?
Oh God.
Yeah, it was like a 2 or 4 hour. Yeah.
2 hours.
When you think about
we troubleshot it is what we did. We troubleshot it. It was a 2-hour trade. And we all hit on it. And it was crazy because what the purpose of doing that is, let's say you're busy, you're doing everything. You can't sit there and watch 1 minute. Right. But what you can do, you can set an hour trade and go away. Because a lot of times when I set my trades on high frequency, I totally forget about them. And then I come back and then I'll check and I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. I was in a 20-minute trade. Okay, I got it.
Guys, the Pitmaster is a long-term trader, and I'm just amazed how he has turned this community on binary options into long-term traders. Okay. Binary options is hit it and quit it quickly. Get in and get out. Do not stay in there. But hey, success is success. So we'll take it however you get it. But that's what I love about binary options is the simplicity. Those people who, don't doing this, you want to get in and get out of your trade. That is binary options. But once you have perfected the skill, oh, it cleared?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Show them where it cleared on the side.
Right here. So as you can see, we won back our $100 and our $78 profit. So we got a total of $178 back. Okay.
Very
so
good.
Simple, easy, it is like
very
that.
simple. And then once you start doing it, you'll say, okay, like my husband, he does high frequency. He likes 3 minutes. I don't want to be in there more than a minute. That is my max. I want to be in and out, but it's addictive. So I have to say, whenever I'm doing high frequency, I limit myself 3 trades in, out, going with your life, right? But then
with the longer trades, you can take them 3. With the longer trades, you can take them 3 and put it in 1.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, once you begin to become more knowledgeable and more committed, then you find the time frame that works best for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? And whatever time frame equals to profit, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So thank you so much. Those of you interested in learning more about high frequency, please join Aisha. You can send her a message and she will go ahead and get you into our private community and you can get started. Thank you so much, Aisha. We love you and we appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. Very good. Okay. So next up, guys, we're going to go over colors very briefly. I love colors. Is Nakia out there? Making sure that my screen is up.
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone, and good
morning. Good morning. You can go ahead and start sharing your screen. Nakia is going to tell you a little bit about colors. We have different ways that we educate people. And colors is one of our primary ways that we allow people to learn about the market. So if you're a beginner and you are like, this looks kind of interesting, just pay attention to the colors. Nakia is going to explain it to you. I want you to reach out to her and she can get you started with your colors education. Go ahead, Nakia.
So good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk to you briefly about colors. My name is Nakia Young, and I am the lead trainer for colors for Network of Champions. I love colors. This is my baby. Everyone knows. Since colors has been created, I have been studying and mastering this platform. And the reason why is because it really makes training simple. It takes the guesswork out of training. And if you're someone that is new to training, it's a great platform to get started on so that you can identify all of the key components of trading, your structure of the market, your price movements. You want to be able to understand what support and resistance and how to identify these components. And so colors gives you the opportunity to do all of these things and then some. So the great thing about colors is that colors actually has a complete academy and training, okay, in regards to how to use colors, how to master colors, and they have training every single day throughout the week, 4 times a day, okay, and that doesn't even include the market analysis on Sundays. And so that alone should get you to understand the dedication that is provided behind the team that has developed colors. So colors is very simple. It is, if you see all green, you are buying. If you see all red, you are selling. In this area that I'm in right now, you'll see that it has the academy and its training, okay? And it has literally broken down every single aspect of colors for you. So you understand what the chevron means, what the different emblems and symbols on colors means, along with the colors themselves. Now, I did want to kind of go over a strategy that we're using with colors really quickly. Just gave this out to my team today. And basically, because colors is a platform that you're able to identify different levels of entry and exits of the market, you can actually use the strategies that are provided, and it becomes second nature, where you're literally looking and identifying certain emblems, such as this little triangle, sorry, this little arrow here. You're seeing that it's green and that it says up, right? So we're looking for what? Something to be green. Up means buy. We're looking for that in the market, right? We also have a green box. We also have a green buyer's momentum candle here. We also have a green triangle. We have everything that's green. So we should be looking for a buy. It's that simple. And so what I've done is I've already charted or marked up my chart so that I understand where I'm looking to enter the market. And from my entry, which is this buy stop, which is a pending order, I'm looking to take about possible 64 pips out of the market just from that one move. But it doesn't stop there, because even though I'm working on a swing or a long higher time frame, which is a 4-hour time frame, I'm able to go down to a shorter time period, which is 30 minutes, and look for opportunities for those same types of symbols, such as the buyer's momentum and the engulfing candles. And every time I see those, guess what? I'm able to take those as well, as long as the colors match up. If they're all green and green is coming out as far as the different symbols, I'm able to enter on those symbols as well and take those entries. So this 164 pip trade can wind up being a lot more, okay? A lot more. And I hope you guys are able to really, adopt to colors if this is something that you see as a way that you would like to trade, because it can't get any simpler than this. It just can't. Is there any questions out there, Dr. Elaine, in regards to colors?
Yeah, does anybody have any questions, guys? I love colors because I love the thinking behind colors. And a lot of the things that you're trying to figure out, they're already there for you. So you don't have to do a lot of thinking with colors. You really just have to follow instructions, right? And it's really paying attention to the colors. So that's why I like about what I like about colors. And just like Nakia said, you can trade on all the different time frames. And then on the right, did you go over that? Those are setups, and this is telling you what's ready, what's almost ready. And you can be looking at these trades, so you don't have to stress yourself like, okay, what am I going to trade? It's there for you on the right. It's either the right or the left, but where you see USD JPY, USD Chef, your trades are already there. So it's basically calling the trades for you, and you're waiting for all of those colors to align. Once they align, you can get in, and it tells you where specifically to get out. It does not get any better than that. Who has a question that we can answer for you regarding colors? Again, if you would like to, we are suggesting that you break your year up into the 4 different quarters and focus on something different every quarter. Those of you who can handle focusing on 2 things, I would. And this could possibly be one of those things that you focus on. So are there any questions out there?
Dr. LA, I forgot one more thing.
Yes.
Colors now is on crypto as well.
Hey, run the play. Yeah.
Okay. So if you like to trade crypto, you can now trade crypto using colors. Okay.
And that's a beautiful thing. I know when colors first came out, that was my first question. Do they have it for crypto? Do they have it for crypto? Because I knew it would be a major game changer for those of you who love crypto.
Absolutely.
What were you about to say, Pitmaster?
I have a question for Nakia. Nakia, are you teaching the class on colors, or do you just how does it work for you? Because I heard you say something about your team.
So I do teach a class on colors. So we actually have on Tuesday nights, we go over color strategies. We also go over different chart analysis, and we mark up charts together as a team. So you're not alone when you acquire colors, and if this is something that you want to use as a platform for trading, you'll have me to be there to mentor you, to answer any questions, to get the validation in regards to your chart markup, to make sure you're on the right path.
Yes, okay. Pitmaster. And this is on our master schedule. I know that you are the schedule, so you don't necessarily get a chance to look at the schedule all the time, but this is on our master schedule on Tuesdays. Yes. So members of NOC are welcome to attend the sessions on Tuesdays.
And I'm sorry, I have a habit of like pulling back because I was too much. So I have a habit of pulling back. So I don't know a lot of stuff that's going on sometimes.
I'm just
That's
messing
my
with
bad.
you.
But I definitely want to. I would love to sit in on some of your sessions, Nakia. Really.
Okay, great. Well, you know,
So
you saw one of them that silver is still in play. Okay, some pullback, but
you
you
know we
riding
roll.
that right.
We roll. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Any other questions? All right. Well, we're really grateful for Nakia and definitely for her leadership. If you're interested in learning for colors, we absolutely encourage those of you in the Black Forex and Stock Traders community. You can go ahead and reach out to Nakia. Nakia, Kim, Aisha, Pitmaster, please go ahead and type in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's get ready for Kim is Golden and Brother Isaiah. If you would unmute and come on. If you guys will go ahead on the feed in Black Forex and Stock Traders and just tag yourself so that people can know how to get in contact with you so that they can begin their education, would greatly appreciate it. I know that a lot of people may have questions. This is why we're recording this, so that you can come back and you can look at it, because sometimes we go a little fast, but I want to make sure that you are able to come back, you're able to look at the information and then dissect it a little more, attend one of our sessions. We have sessions every day of the week, because we're really about educating people. Good morning, Kim is Golden.
Good morning, NLCBFST.
Good morning, guys. Kim is our leader for gold. A lot of you have done trainings because Sunshine is our actual trainer for Black Forex and Stock Traders. So Sunshine can't be here. She has a radio show in the morning and she is on the radio. But I do want to say thank you to Sunshine. You can always catch Sunshine Tuesday mornings and Wednesday evenings in Black Forex and Stock Traders. She provides a lot of information and education, and her and Kim are accountability partners, and Kim is growing in leaps and bounds with her knowledge. Brother Isaiah should be out there as well. I want to talk about gold and silver. We're going to go ahead, guys, now and start looking for our setups with gold, with silver, US 30 and NAS, and we're going to actually call you some trades that you can go ahead and take a look at and decide if you want to get in or out. Good morning, Brother Isaiah. Welcome to the community.
Good morning. Happy New Year, Dr. LA.
Oh, happy New Year to you.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. I was so glad that you are awake and alive in the land of the living. We miss you.
That part, and have a clear voice.
Oh, yes, he does.
COVID-free.
Brother Isaiah, guys, he was not feeling well, okay? And I had to really black out on him because he was at the 49ers game or something like that. And he needed to go and get well. So it looks like he took my advice and that voice is sounding better. Brother Yarnell, he wasn't feeling well either, but he's getting much better. But I still want him to get some more rest today too, because I care. All right.
That's right.
I wasn't feeling well, but you see, I got my strength back.
You got your strength back. That's all that's
Today, I have my strength. Okay, Kim and Brother Isaiah, let's go ahead and talk about gold and silver. Kim, is your screen up or is my screen up? I don't know whose screen
That is your screen. I can share really quickly.
Okay, if you want to share your screen, that's fine. And then Isaiah, I can share for silver, and let's just kind of look at how they performed in 2021 and what we're thinking for 2022. Again, guys, it's a good time for those of you who want to trade gold. I'm pretty sure that the gold market and silver is not dead today because the bank is not closed in America. The rest of the world is moving. Okay. So let's have a look at that. Oh, look at all that pretty pink and purple.
Yes, I've had a time to redo
my eyes.
I've had time to redo my charts, and I've looked at gold over and over and over again. So in researching what I found, that gold took a hit last year due to the stimulus package.
What month is that? I got up our monthly chart. I'm looking at March 21. Yeah.
Yes.
February,
So we started out
April.
We started out on. You may have to go ahead and share, Dr. Ellie. You know,
okay, yeah, I'll do that, and you just talk me through, darling.
I'll go through
because.
So,
okay, good. I'm back up. So, guys, you can see here, these are by the month, and we can just go ahead and start with the beginning of 2021. A lot of times when I'm doing my research, I want to look at the market for the year. You want to go over here, grab yourself a horizontal line, a vertical line. Sorry, school teacher. And put it there so that we can kind of look at the year at a glance. Okay.
So so let's go back to 2004, 2005. We had a extended consolidation period, and then we broke out.
You talking about in that areas down here?
Correct.
Okay.
So
okay, Pitmaster, keep
in
going.
that time, yes, we have to go back, look left. That's the only way we're gonna know what we're gonna predict in the future.
And that was a huge shoot, right? This right here was
11 years.
Yes.
11 years. It bought for 11 years and did not come back till we got into our 1800 mark. It hit a all-time high of 2075 around August of 2020. So, and then as we did in 2004, 2005, it's now going through that extended consolidation period. So once it breaks out of that, it's predicted to go as high as 3,000.
Okay.
So I'm a lover of gold right now because you can trade it in so many ways. You can have it physically, the bullion, coins, bars. You can trade it on the stock market as your options or ETFs. And then you can trade it as I like to trade it, or we like to trade in the leverage market with the MT4. And I'm thankful for the chart analysis ability to see for all of that. If I want to buy it physically, I can wait for it to drop down so I can get it at a good price. And then in my predictions, I can buy my options like Chef does. So
yeah, Pitmaster, can I pull you in on this conversation? Kim, I'm looking back at the chart because I want to see where did it do this before, right? And as we can see, it kind of did this back here in 2007, like you were saying, 2005, 2006, 2007, and then we had a straight buy up, right? And then now it dropped again, did some more consolidating for quite some time and shot again. So I think it might have to consolidate a little bit more before we get a shoot up, because I want to know what's those gas fees on me getting in now and holding it to December 31st. What are your thoughts, Pitmaster?
You know what? When I get ready to do my US 30 chart analysis, you're going to see why I want to stay in the trade for a year.
That was my first question, because once you guys start looking at the chart over the year, it's like, dang, if I'd have got in here and said shut up,
wait till you see it. Wait till you see this chart analysis on US 30 for the years, man. It's gonna blow your mind.
Yo,
you on the month chart and look even to your 50th percentile in the fib, that's going up to 2200.
That part. But the only thing I want is, I want some flat bottoms, right? I would be looking for a flat bottom before this thing resets itself. Like, this is looking good where we are right now, but I would want another flat bottom.
Right. And I'm also finding
repeating itself from right here. You see?
Look at the double bottoms. It makes a lot of double bottoms, the W's. It makes a lot of W's, M's and W's.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so basically, were you able to do your research and see what the analysis are saying for gold for this year?
For this year, the high expected is at least 1923. That's in Q1.
Got you.
And then as low as 15.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're expected if we're going to have a breakout, it's going to be in Q2, February, March, upwards to 3K. So, I'm feeling like Kurt Cobain when he's calling Ethereum up to 3,000. So I'm here for gold to hold that to 3,000.
Look, I'm just looking at it. I mean, I'm feeling like with gold that I'm willing to throw some money in there and let it ride and just see, hey, blow me out. How about that? Either I get blowed out on something that I don't mind getting blowed out, or I win, baby, win. That's how I'm feeling. Once I see that US 30 chart, maybe I'll change my mind. Okay. All right. So right now we're looking at gold, and gold, guys, is in consolidation, okay, on the higher time frames. And we're looking to see when gold is going to break out of that. Let's go ahead and have a look at gold on a shorter time frame. Do we have any movement today? What is she doing? Sorry, let me.
So I'm still in a sale from Friday. If anybody else is in that with me, from 1815 to 1810. So I'm holding on to that. I have a pass-through zone still going of 1824.50 to 1825.50. but I'm looking right now because
Hmm.
it's just consolidating in that zone right now.
Mhm.
But
How
I'm
many
looking for
points
it
is
to
she
stay up.
consolidating for? Do we have a zone?
Right now between 18 and 18, it was 18.21 for a while, but it's 1 point, 18.19 to 18.18.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. She's gonna go up and down, even right here on the 1 minute chart. It looked like she bust out and went up a little bit and came back down. But guys, the thing about gold pays you very well. Those of you who are not aware, excuse me, gold pays you very, very well. So you can make a lot of money on that 1 point going up and down. Okay. It's if she drops or flies, you want to be cautious of that. So let's pay attention for that for a zone today of 18.18 to 18.19 on gold to see what she does. Clearly here, she is in a nice little consolidation. I don't think we have any major news today either, so we should be good on that. So let's see how that goes. Anything else you want to add to that, Kim?
Let me look at my notes.
Okay, and while you're doing that, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to add another screen for Brother Isaiah. You can go ahead and start talking to us about your thoughts on silver.
Okay, let me get over here to my screen.
Oh, they're behaving the same. Have you guys looked at the both of them? Very, very parallel. Very much so. I do want to have a look at silver, though, on the monthly chart. Well, we know that silver has gone sky high.
Yes, silver has gone sky high as
look at this wick right here. Good boogly woogly.
Right.
I hope somebody got paid off that.
Yeah. So yeah, silver has gone as high as 26 and $26 and above in last year. And now she actually dropped in the 20s last year as well as a low. I project that she will pretty much stay first quarter right in between 22, where she is now 21 and 25. And she will jump Q2 and about Q2 to about 26. That is my projection. One thing that I will say about silver is that silver is pretty steady in terms of her movement. But however, last year she did do a lot of unpredictable moves, but and that's because of the various changes that were going on in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right now, today, she's ranging between 22.
Are you in any silver trades right now?
I am, as a matter of fact. I am in a silver trade for buy. So I am projecting that she will go to 23.04 by then. Actually within the next couple of hours, I project that she will be at 23.04.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, I have to go back to silver. Right now it's at 22.99 and you're saying 23.04. So this is going to continue to consolidate. Yeah, right. Consolidate in this area, guys, right in here. Okay, so gold and silver are giving us this little push back and push up. They all appear to be consolidating right now. So do you have a projected high for the year on silver? Let's look at silver on the monthly chart really quickly, just to see how she's been behaving.
Projected high. Okay.
Oh yeah, see, so I think this is really interesting because I think we can make money off of silver and we can make money off of gold at the same time because they tend to move
the same.
quite similar to one another. And again, let's look at what Kim was showing us, the consolidation and the breakout. Guys, look at that. You got your consolidation popping off here, and then you got your breakout. You got your consolidation popping off here, and then your breakout. So it looks like this is going to consolidate, and it looks like it needs to consolidate a lot more. And then we should be headed for a breakout. What were you going to say?
What that short breakout right here from 2019, and I'm feeling that was out of the ordinary.
But I don't
And
think
then
this
it
is no
tried
short breakout, because look at here, right? So this is 2013 to 2018, right?
Another 5 years.
Yeah. So how long do we think this thing is really going to
4 years.
consolidate here? And it's like it went down. Do you see it went down for its low and then it shot up?
Mhm.
That was the thing. And remember what I was saying with the other one? I'm not believing that you're going to buy until it shows me these flat bottoms on these Takanashi candles.
That's on a
Even though I got a
monthly.
little pullback in here, girlfriend went to
It
the
never
moon,
went. It
Linda.
never went back. It
Same,
never went
same
back.
thing here. I just want to look at the pattern, right? Because it doesn't do anything but repeat itself consistently.
Mhm.
So we got a good little breakout, and then we got a good little pullback here, but it still never went lower than the breakout, right? It started here, it didn't go lower than that. So if you got in here, you wouldn't have lost your money. Like, this is some what's up on holding the trade for a year. I am here for it. I mean, this doesn't look bad to me, right? I will put some money in there that you don't mind losing if you lose it.
Mhm.
Shit, right? I either paid for my education or I got paid for my time. I'm okay with that. But trading is personal. Anyway, I like that. Okay, so we got some good consolidation here. I want to see some more flat bottoms on silver before I do a long-term trade on silver, but I am willing to do a long-term trade on gold. Just because silver, the movement is just not ridiculous. And we know gold will go ridiculous and pay me and then drop. So right now, looking at the Fibonacci, those of you who have not learned how to use the Fibonacci extension, please learn how to use this, because it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Based on the Fibonacci extension, it should be coming to at least right here, which is 22.55. What was your high for today again, Isaiah?
I'm being really extremely conservative. I just wanted to go back to 2304.
I'm looking at
Yeah, that's
gold.
gold.
Sorry.
Yeah, so silver, the high for today.
Look at silver now. Silver does
like
look different. This is
23.
very, oh my gosh, silver's making these. Oh yeah, no, silver's way more volatile.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So 2312, because it's a holiday, about 2312.
23.12 for today. Okay.
Yeah.
And then silver, guys, I'm definitely seeing for the year. I'm feeling like silver has got to come down a little bit more. I think silver's got some dropping to do before she does some buying. Look at this and look at her pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like she's got a drop. And we know I don't sell.
But she but that's what she's been doing.
Well, that's because she's got a drop, right?
Yeah, and that,
So,
and that sale that came last year, that pretty much, I mean, I was extremely surprised by it, but that, it just caught me off guard. But, all the way into, all the way that, down to $20 and some change. I mean, I was like, wow, what's going on here? What's happening? So yeah.
well, that's what's going on here. That's what's happening. She's repeating herself, right?
Yeah.
So the same little things that she's done here, making these extreme highs and then going all the way to the gutter, right?
Exactly.
Is what's happening. So she's done her high here and now she's got to drop down. The fib has got to come in at least to this area right here, which is $15. So I guess the big thing is if she's going to go past this 50, where are the rest of my EMAs? They're nowhere to be found. If she's going to go past this 50, we know if she closes underneath the 50 that she's got to drop. Okay.
That's a drop.
So I would definitely be looking to sell silver. I would not be looking for her to buy until she moves in a different direction, until this Fibonacci moves and then this 50 moves. I definitely wouldn't look for her any other way. Pitmaster, what you got on that? Rhoda, Chef, and then we can roll into US 30. Do you guys have anything else you want to add to that? I meant Isaiah Kim. I called you Rhoda Kim. Sorry.
Yeah. On the week chart, I'm looking at the same thing. It's about to form that duck bill, which that 50, if that 50 keeps edging down like it is, whew, it's going to be very interesting because I have it I have it shooting both ways.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, will it make it to the 200 EMA? Will it
Mm-hmm.
make it there off the week chart? It's sitting there, but it hasn't touched it yet. You notice that it did
Yeah.
not touch the 200. And if you look back, this is what the history I was looking at. Go back all the way to the green candles where they're crossing. Finally, they're crossing from the low right there. That's the last time it's touched the 200,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that was what date is that you have?
July 13th, 20.
Yeah, last time it touched the 200. So either it's due to touch the 200 again this year because it hasn't. Um, and I believe once it touches that 200, it could possibly come down to the 800, which it hasn't because the 800 is just forming, as you notice
Mm-hmm.
on the week chart. The 800 is not even complete. So apparently on that chart, it hasn't been 800 days. But on the day chart, it bounced off the 800 already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of giving me that mixed signal because the 200 is above the 50, which we all know it's not set up right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a grounds for either going in between the 50 and the 200 to shoot all the way back up to old Isaiah's old high range, which was 23, what is that, 2392, or and then bounce from there and shoot back down, or it's going to shoot down now for a little bit, just a little bit, down like 2249 before it shoots back up. It's in a gray area, so it's very hard to predict what it's going to do for the remainder of like the year, just
Right.
because it's such in a gray area. I mean, it looks like a sale. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a biting sale so that the 50 can come down below the 200 EMA. And it did that before. But if it does not, if that's not the case, if the 50 just bounces off the 800, then of the loop, then we need to be in a buy all the way to high heaven.
Right.
Exactly. But see,
Well, it looks crazy to me, and that's what I was going to say. Is it just does not look predictable for me, right?
What do you say? Yeah. And Isaiah, what were you about to say?
and so, just looking at the trend, when it does something that unpredictable as it did last year
Yeah.
in the sell, then it's predicted to go the opposite direction, meaning the buy.
The
So, that's why I said 25, 26, 25, 26, second quarter. Yeah. But we can watch it and we can see what, what's gonna happen. But, just in looking at the, because it's in this gray area, as you mentioned, I'm just factoring what happened in the previous period. So the previous period indicates that it is going to go the opposite direction, which is to the bottom.
And I like that because Nakia also had a chart drawn that showed it buying up, and it's forming a W.
That's what I
If
was
you look
gonna
at it,
mention too.
it's forming a W.
Yeah, it looks like it has these two rejection points that are hitting, which is what, a double bottom, right?
Double bottom. Yep.
So it looks like it has those two rejection points forming a double bottom. To me, it could be trying to make a triple bottom, but
What time frame are you looking at?
and that's
Just
on
on the weekly chart.
yes, on a weekly chart, it looks like it has these two rejection points in the same area around 21.4.
Yep.
To me, it looks like from there, it's trying to reject that area. It even came back down one more time,
Test
retesting.
it again.
So it could be definitely, to me, buying up, but it could also, as Chef said, be in that middle area where it's trying to make a decision. Does it want to retest that area that it keeps rejecting one more time before it continues up in its buy?
Got you. I definitely see a crown. I see this thing selling all the way down to here.
But do you
And
see
I'm
the
looking
mount?
at all of the other areas. It has never ceased to make a crown. Never.
I'm looking at the same
Nope.
thing on gold.
It's never. What were you
No.
saying?
Do you
I
see
was
the mount?
the mouth.
All three y'all talking. I'm sorry. Go say it again.
Okay, the mouth is the 50 and the 200 are forming this
Oh, the
right here.
mouth.
Oh
The
yeah,
mouth,
no, I see the mouth.
right? So it's
Yeah.
going to hit the top lip and the bottom lip from the looks of it. It wants to hit the top lip. It keeps rejecting before it hits the bottom lip.
Like a
It hasn't
pinball.
hit the top lip, which is
Right.
the 50.
And even if it comes up to hit the top lip, like just based off of the past, it has never ceased to make a crown. It has never ceased to not close out that crown.
So
Even if it pulls up, it looks like it's coming back down to make that crown. Just from my perspective.
Yeah.
That's just a
And
reason.
that's why I don't fool with gold. I mean silver like that.
I mean, it takes
And my money is in my pocket. Yeah.
it
And
takes a
you
certain
show me where
appetite.
it did make a crown. Here,
Mhm.
buy, pull back, pull
Mhm.
back. Okay, I'm gonna
Never
shoot up.
shoot.
Bam.
Nope.
He closed that crown on every single scenario. It is not one scenario in here, even in consolidation, where she did not close the crown. We're gonna watch this one.
Watch it.
But
Yeah.
it's going to take something really drastic to get it to drop to close this crown. This
Well,
crown
there's
closes
always
at
something amazing
1166.
happening in America. So
1166 though. That's going to take what happened with the market in March of 19. Was that 19? Yeah, with the US 30, where it dropped 10,000 points. It's going to
Here's
take
what I would
something
say.
dramatic.
Here's what I would say. If the interest rates go to 19%, Dr. LA, I agree with you. It will go down. But if the interest rates actually, somewhat stabilize, it's going to take that rise up. Because
well, I'm not saying it's not going to rise up. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that it can rise up. That's fine. It can bounce here and shoot. I'm all for that, right? And if it shoots, it should be coming to at least 27.93, right?
Okay.
So it can bounce and it can shoot. But what I'm saying is that at some point it is going to close this crown because it has not closed a crown.
True that.
Since
It hasn't.
since 2006. Okay. So that's all I'm saying is that it has consistently closed the crown. Those of you who are not familiar with the crown, this is the crown right here. And think of it like a real king's crown, right? This is the top forming. And so what I'm saying is that it's going to come down and close the crown because it always does. But it does need to make another point, right? So in order for this to be a true crown, it would need to make another point, bounce up and come back down. So I'm saying, yeah, okay, it's going to buy, but I definitely see a major drop happening at some point this year. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, true that.
Been down, but it's at the same time. I also say closing the crown.
So we're going to ride it both ways. That's what you're telling me.
No, I don't fool with silver just for that very reason. I keep my money in my pocket.
We're going to ride it both ways. That's what you're telling
I'm
me.
willing to get into gold for a year-long trade. I'm willing to get into gold for a trade today, okay, and not get out until December 31st. I'm willing to do that. All right, guys, we've been on for a while. Let's take the last 10 minutes and go over US 30. We don't want to keep you. We want you to enjoy your holiday. Again, we are talking about legacy. What are you going to do to build your legacy? We are encouraging you to commit to the education that we offer in NOC and Black Forex and Stock Traders. All of our leaders have shared how they educate this community. So it's up to you to connect and make sure. I am encouraging you to not just study one thing, choose 4 major areas of focus. And even within a quarter, you can focus on 2 things. So what are those 2 things going to be for quarter 1? So I'm going to pass it over to the pit master and let him take us out with US 30 because that's our favorite. And then we'll go from there. Tomorrow morning, Sunshine will be live at the Breakfast Club with NAS 100.
All right. Thank you, Dr. LA. Okay, so this is my favorite, guys. Of course, y'all know that. US 30. So I got to show you this research, but of course, US 30 does the same thing with this crown closure, this arch closures, right? And it looks like it's trying to do it again. So I'm leery on so much buying right now just because it looks like it's ready to close this one, once again. So if I draw this 50, it looks like it wants to do that move, come across, which brings price action right back down to close out and come down to this Fibonacci to close out this area here, right? So that's what I'm looking at. It's still got some buy up to the 50. I believe it's still going to hit that 36,155 area. But this is what I want to show you. All right. Based on my research from the week chart. Let's see. Is that the chart I looked at? Is it the month chart? Yep, it's the week chart. Okay. So why is the Fibonacci there? Give me 1 second. Get this off of here and buy. Okay. So let me get rid of my drawing also. All right, so if you look here, let me delete a few things. All right, there we go. Now you can see it. This is the US 30s pattern. So every year at the top of the year, this is at, 1 January, 7 January, 6 January, 4 January, 3 January, from 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. US 30 first established a pattern, right? The first candle for that month, right? For that whole month or for that week. That first candle has appeared to be a buy candle. Boom, right? And then this went up 2,353 pips. That was for the year, right? That was it, which is 23,000 pips, 2,053 points. I got pips there, but it's points, right? Then you go to year 19. It went from the opening. So this is where I'm like, God, if I was in this for a year, we'd have made 54,500 pips in the year. This is rich status. Okay. But look at this one. This was the one. It dropped 10,351 points. Then it went up 12,390 points in that same year. So we're talking 23,700 points roughly in a year. So you'd have made the sell and the buy on this US 30, right? Lastly, right now from 21 to 22, we would have made 64,690 pips if we would have been in a long-term trade, or if we were in a buy without, having to worry about selling and just staying in buys. For the most part, like each time I gave a predicted high, and I'll show you that on my other chart, each time I gave a predicted high, if we would have stayed in the low and just waited till the final high, we would have made a ton of money without the back and forth. But the problem is a lot of our accounts can't handle some of these dramatic back and forth movement, right? But that's why I know for when Dr. LA and I refer back to an old trade we were in, and she was like, I'm taking the loss. And I said, I'm staying, right? And I stayed in and made, a ton of money because I stayed, simply because I was looking at the pattern. I said, it's got to exhaust itself. It's got to end somewhere. Well, when you look at the RSI is telling you it still wants to come down to the 50, right? Quite possibly. So I'm looking at it still to do a small drop. This will be the first time that it dropped since here, which was 5 February. That was the drop. Here, there was no drop until March, and it was not significant. The significant drop was in May of the year 19. In 20, we know what happened here, so I don't consider that. I look at what it really did, and this was the only real significant drop of that year, and that was in October. This from 21, February was the first drop. And then after that, it's done little drops here and there. But this was a significant drop in November, right? And now it looks like it wants to give us one more, not so low, but it wants to give us one more drop here in February. So maybe some of January and the rest of January, we will see a decline in US 30. But when I go to this chart, and let's go back and put everything back. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Put everything back. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Almost there. Bam. Okay, I think, nope, am I there yet? Okay, I think I got all my drawings back. Let's see. Let's go to the 15-minute. Still didn't give me all my drawings back. I had to delete a lot of stuff in order to show you this. So hopefully I'll get my regular chart back. From the looks of it, it don't want to give it to me right now. But however, with the US 30, the next predicted high, when you look at this chart, and I can just do it off of the blank chart. Let's do a measurement for a year. Okay. So I'm saying that in the next year, we should get a 40,000 hit on US 30. US 30 should hit 40,000. If I take the same line, put it here, put it here. This is the only one that won't give me to me, but here will, right? That's its major movement. Whatever reason, 17 to 18 was slow. But here, as you can see, if I take the same line and just move it, it does the same movement. There it is right there. It's here, it's crossing. Here it's definite. And then here, about here or so, we're looking at about a 40,000 rise. So we're talking about 5,000, roughly almost 5,000 more pips for this FY. So if we were to stay, I'm gonna do it in my demo for sure, just to play it. But I think I'm gonna do it in one of my live accounts, just to, once it drops, I think I'm gonna buy and just leave it and see what happens over the course of time. I know the swap fees are gonna be a little high, but it's not gonna outbalance what I'll make off of that trade if I were to stay in it for 6 months to a year. Let's say that. So that's my analysis for US 30.
What did you say the entry was? I'm sorry.
We're waiting for a possible drop for that entry. And
drop was, what was the specific number?
I got to put the markers back on here so you can see it. Okay, here we go. EMAs. Based on EMA, from the 4-hour chart, the 1618 is 34,383.
34,383.09. Yeah. So this is what we want to pay attention to.
Yeah, if it gets down to that 1618 on the fib off the 4-hour chart, off the higher time frame, because it's playing on this 200, it may bounce up to this 50 real quick before it takes another run back down. But if that's the case, then we're looking at, and look at my line, it was almost on the there it is right there. How you like them apples? Okay, so it's either going to bounce off the 800 and run and skip the Fibonacci movement and make the fib reverse, or it's going to bounce, move, and shoot down to 34,383. Either way, 34,383 is a great indicator for us to get ready, get prepared, and if it starts to run up, then we can catch it on the bounce. But we still need to pay attention to our EMAs. At the end of the day, EMAs are going to tell the truth. So once this completes its movement, it should do a reversal just like this, and then it start to make a move like this, right? This is the 4-hour chart. Okay, from the day chart perspective, we can already see that it's trying to do what it's been doing. That is, oh man, it's jumping on me. But it's if I draw this, if I can draw without it jumping. 1, 2, 3 crown close, 4 crown close, and as you can see, it looks like it's going to keep going up the stairs. Okay, all the way, stairway to heaven. All right, so that's what it looks like it wants to do in order to hit that 1618 on the day chart.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
So this may be something some of you might want to try for a month or 2 months in your demo account, just to see how you feel without all the jitters. and to watch the market move. I like it. I like it. I think it's an excellent idea. I've set my pending orders for it.
Awesome.
Cool beans. Are there any other questions about US 30 that we can answer for you? The time is now 9 a.m. on the West Coast. What time is it on the noon on the East Coast? Yeah, so we've definitely taken our time to make sure that everybody was able to get this information, and we feel it's very, very valuable. We appreciate you and your time. If you have additional questions, you can always reach out to us. Check the chat. You can reach out specifically to instructors, or you can message us at Black Forex and Stock Traders, and we are happy to get you started on your investment journey. Any words of wisdom you want to close us out with, Pip Master?
Well, of course, there's always words of wisdom. Um, in celebration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s day that we celebrate, and like Dr. LA first started off saying, we were not privy to this information. I remember when I first heard about Forex, it was an Indian guy that told me about Forex way back in 2005. And, you know, I look at where we were and where we are now, and then I look at some of the educators, not just the ones we have in this organization. I'm talking about um like the one guy, I can't think of his name. What is his name? He's a big bulky black guy that teaches stocks. Can't think of his name, but I subscribe to him. Then we have my man Aristotle, who I follow on Instagram. Young brother, 25 years old, maybe 26. He's a millionaire, and he was in the military, like, same here. He was a specialist in the military, and he made his first million while being in the military by being disciplined, right? And by being diligent. So I say to everyone here, for those of you who have been here for a year or more, and you are still rolling with us, you're still fighting the fight, you're still learning and staying in there, it's all about the perseverance to get somewhere. Because if you look at where we were when Martin Luther King was living and where we are now, we're starting to drive by and we see black people with mansions, black people doing very well, very successful. We're now educating others on financial education, something that we just did not have. We have a platform where we can teach our kids, we can create generational wealth. I mean, there's so many things that we can take from this, but the key is to stick with it. It does not come overnight. If When Rhoda and her husband first told me about Bitcoin for me was $987. Then it jumped to like 2013. If we had known in 2015 to buy Bitcoin, or 2013 to buy Bitcoin at $87, you know, then what? So I say that because it took time for it to get to 40,000. Right? It takes time for things to move. The stock picks that I gave, it took a year for Ford to go from $5 to $25. Okay. I'm saying all that to say nothing happens overnight. It's not a get rich quick. This is a get rich over time for sure. 329% is very, very high for a stock to move in a year, right? And it's going up higher. So I would love to say it's going to go up another 300% this year. I'm saying all of this to say, guys, stick with it. Continue to study and learn. We have a lot of things within our own organization that are helpful. We got, HFX, we have colors, we have DCX. I mean, we have so many things and so many people now who are ready to educate and help this community grow. There's no reason why in the next 5 years we should not all be screaming we are six-figure traders or better, right? But that's the time frame you have to give yourself. Forget this 1 year, forget this 2 year. Give yourself a 5-year plan to get to where you want to go. And with that, you have to be disciplined enough to know that uh, you will take losses as well as gains. But our gains should start to increase over our losses because of our education. That's the key. Dr. LA hit me with it when I first joined this organization, and that's what the stressor has been going forward. So that's what I leave you with. Get the education and continue to stick with it. And I guarantee with those fundamentals, we will all be sitting here very, very happy.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Thanks for those words of wisdom. Thank you for your time. I know that you need to rest, so I definitely want you to get some rest so that you can recharge yourself. Thank you to all the other leaders who shared their wisdom and their knowledge. The one thing I just want to remind us as we close out is that this moment is temporary. And I keep saying that. It's kind of fun when we're all in each other's face and we see each other in the chat, but it's temporary. That moment will pass. And just like Chef said, when Rhoda introduced him to Bitcoin and at that time and taking those opportunities, I think about my community in Dubai who introduced me to Bitcoin and the decisions that we made and the decisions that we did not make, right? And now it's 5-10 years later, and now they're sitting in rooms that I can't sit in. They are. They're sitting in rooms that I can't sit in, and I was a part of that community, right? Because of the decisions that I made and the advantages that I didn't take advantage of. So that's why I'm going to always encourage everybody to take advantage of this moment in time. It is temporary, and it's not a get rich overnight. I'm not even thinking like that, right? My whole purpose is that people would be debt free. You can do what you want to do when you want to do it, and that you would have something for your family. Yeah. And if something were to happen to you, your family would be okay. So that's why we provide these opportunities. And I pray that you take advantage of those opportunities. And I pray 5 years from now, when we're all sitting in a room, that those that were connected like an anchor, that we would be able to sit in that room together and that some people would not be left out. But it's your choice. So today, I pray you focus on your legacy. What is your legacy and what are you leaving behind for those that are connected to you? And I hope we realize more than anything over the past couple of years, a lot of people that we were standing next to, that we are no longer standing next to them anymore. So the truth is that we're all not always going to be here. Yep. We all have an expiration date. So I think it's very important that when we leave, that we leave something to our family. And I think this is a beautiful opportunity for us to do it. As always, we love you, NOC. We love you, Black Forex and Stock Traders, and we will see you in the chat. We are here to provide resources and education, education, education. Have an amazing day. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.